This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 995. The Way You Think About Willpower is Hurting You. Part 1 by Nir Eyal of and&nbsp. And I'm Justin Malik. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. This is where I read to you every day of the week, including weekends and holidays, to help you optimize your life. I have a bit of a longer post today from Nir Eyal. His name is spelled N-I-R. I'll read the first half today and then finish it up for you tomorrow. And when it comes to education, I'm a big believer in problem solving. To me, reciting things isn't intelligence. It's actually solving challenging problems with a deep level of understanding that matters. And the place that helps you do that, Brilliant.org. They are math and science enrichment learning for both kids and adults. To support Optimal Living Daily and learn more about Brilliant, go to brilliant.org/old and sign up for free. And also the first 200 people that go to that link will get 20% off the annual premium subscription. That's brilliant.org/OLD. Now let's get right to the post and start optimizing your life. The Way You Think About Willpower is Hurting You. Part 1 by Nir Eyal of and&nbsp. Not so long ago, my after-work routine looked like this. After a particularly grueling day, I'd sit on the couch and veg for hours, doing my solo version of Netflix and chill, which meant keeping company with a cold pint of ice cream. I knew the ice cream and the sitting were probably a bad idea, but I told myself this was my well-deserved reward for working so hard. Psychological researchers have a name for this phenomenon. It's called ego depletion. The theory is that willpower is connected to a limited reserve of mental energy, and once you run out of that energy, you're more likely to lose self-control. This theory would seem to perfectly explain my after-work indulgences. But new studies suggest that we've been thinking about willpower all wrong, and that the theory of ego depletion isn't true. Even worse, holding on to the idea that willpower is a limited resource can actually be bad for you, making you more likely to lose control and act against your better judgment. The ego depletion myth. One of the most pervasive bits of folk psychology may be the belief that self-control is somehow spent. The idea received scientific support in the late 1990s when the psychologist Roy Baumeister and his colleagues at Case Western Reserve University put it to the test, conducting an experiment that has since been cited over 3,000 times by their academic peers. In the study, the researchers asked two sets of test subjects to wait in a room where there were two plates of food. One plate held fresh-baked cookies, their scent wafting through the room. On the other plate lay dull red and white radishes. Each group was allowed to eat from only one plate, but not the other. The thinking went that the group allowed to eat only radishes would have to expend serious willpower to resist eating the cookies. Next, the researchers gave both groups a puzzle to work on. Unbeknownst to the study's participants, the puzzle was designed to be impossible to finish. The researchers wanted to see which group would work on the task longer and anticipated that the people in the radish group, who would have spent significant reserves of energy trying not to eat the cookies, would give up on the puzzle sooner. That's exactly what happened. The study participants who had denied themselves cookie yumminess lasted an average of just 8 minutes, while the cookie eaters and a control group who did only the puzzle-solving part of the experiment lasted 19 minutes. The study concluded that the radish eaters' egos had clearly been depleted. But had they? In 2011, Baumeister teamed up with the New York Times journalist John Tierney to publish Willpower, Rediscovering the Greatest Human Strength. The book, with its mainstream appeal, soon became a bestseller. Its authors cited several studies demonstrating the ego depletion theory. In addition, one notable study showed a seemingly miraculous way to restore willpower by consuming sugar. The study claimed that participants who had sipped sugar-sweetened lemonade demonstrated increased self-control and stamina on difficult tasks. Fluke, fake, or for real? The beauty of the scientific method is that it accepts, even encourages, doubt. Unlike religious miracles taken on faith or political dogma blindly accepted by party diehards, scientific studies can be tested and new evidence considered. Scientific studies, particularly those with ready-for-press conclusions, beg to be redone to determine if the effect seen in the original study was a fluke, a fake, or for real. Unfortunately for Baumeister and his collaborators, the ego depletion theory's proverbial cookie has begun to crumble. A recent study published in Perspectives on Psychological Science, which used Baumeister-approved experiments and involved over 2,000 participants, attempted to reproduce Baumeister's results but found no evidence of ego depletion. Furthermore, 2 additional studies, both appearing in the journal PLOS One, could not replicate the original study's results. Baumeister has disputed the methodologies used in some of the follow-up studies, but more than one scientist now doubts the theory of ego depletion. The scholar Evan Carter at the University of Miami was one of the first to challenge Baumeister's findings. Carter looked into a 2010 meta-analysis of nearly 200 experiments that concluded ego depletion was real. Upon closer inspection, he discovered that the meta-analysis showed a publication bias in which studies that produced contradictory evidence were not included. When factoring in the results of those studies, he concluded there was no firm evidence supporting the ego depletion theory. Furthermore, some of the more magical aspects of the theory, such as that sugar acts as a willpower juicer, have been fully debunked. For one, the sugar from a quick sip of lemonade can't enter the bloodstream fast enough to account for any boost in mental energy. Moreover, brain experts have known for quite some time that the brain does not consume more blood sugar when working on difficult tasks. The brain is an organ, not a muscle, and thus does not consume extra energy the way a muscle would. Your brain uses the same number of calories per waking minute, whether you're working on calculus equations or watching cat videos. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, "The Way You Think About Willpower is Hurting You" by Nir Eyal of and&nbsp. I'll finish up the rest for you tomorrow. And speaking of equations and brain power, thank you to Brilliant for their support. What I love about Brilliant is that they're a great complement to passively watching educational videos. You're here to optimize your life. Brilliant is the perfect way to do that. If you want to learn more math or science, or you want to have your kids actually grasp these concepts instead of memorizing formulas, you should come check it out. Grappling with puzzles and problem solving is the way to actually learn this stuff. No sugar required. And for the college and beyond level, they have math for quantitative finance, solar energy, and more. And again, these aren't boring lectures. They're interactive problem-solving based courses. And for grades 5 to 12, they have fundamentals for geometry, even computer science. It's awesome. Gotta see it. So to support optimal living daily and learn more about Brilliant, go to brilliant.org/old and sign up for free. And also the first 200 people that go to that link will get 20% off the annual premium subscription. That's brilliant.org/OLD. I'll leave it there for today. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in tomorrow's show where we'll finish up this post and where your optimal life awaits.